My name is Fred Hobbs. I am Director of Public Relations at Imagine, and I have been in this role for 17 years now. The great part about my job is that I get to share the success stories of the individuals served by Imagine with the broader community. And this is a really important thing. Um, People with intellectual and developmental disabilities historically have not been allowed to be part of their community. In fact, just a few short decades ago, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities were literally hidden away from their communities, locked up into institutions, not because they were a danger to themselves or to others, but just because society didn't really want to or know how to involve these individuals in their communities. And we've come a long way, but we're not all the way there. And there's still a lot of people in our community who don't know that people with intellectual and developmental disabilities can and do contribute to their communities in ways big and small. And I have the privilege and the honor of sharing stories that demonstrate just that, how the people we serve are truly important members of their community, who are valuable, who contribute. And that's the greatest delight in my job. And that's what I've tried to do for 17 years and what I hope to continue to do moving forward. Obviously, a big part of my job is communicating with employees. And what I try to do in that is let employees know about the totality of Imagine. It can be easy for all of us to put blinders on and focus on just our area of Imagine, but Imagine's a huge organization. We're geographically diverse. We serve people in all areas of their lives, from little kids all the way up to seniors. So there's a lot going on. I do my best to try to let Imagine employees know about those sorts of things, but I also want to keep them somewhat entertained. Hopefully, communications from me can both be educational, informational, but enjoyable at the same time. So that's really what I try to do when I'm communicating with employees. Now, of course, that depends on what the communication is. Some of them are bigger, more important communications, and that's not necessarily the kind of thing you want to joke about or have fun with. But overall, what I want to do is try to present a community feeling to employees, because we are all part of this community. We're part of this legacy at Imagine, almost 60-year legacy of being an innovative leader in the field of intellectual and developmental disability services. And every employee, no matter what level they're at, contributes to something to that. So I want to make sure they know that they're part of that and feel like they're part of that. Right now, Imagine is going through some significant changes. I've worked for Imagine for 17 years, and I've been through a lot of changes, but what's coming up, I think, will significantly alter the way Imagine's going to look in the future. But it isn't going to alter the vital importance of our work and how important it is to the people we serve that we help facilitate them being part of their communities. So in my role in public relations, I just want to make sure that those transitions that Imagine are about to go through don't get in the way of sharing that important message of the work we do and how our clients, the people that we serve, truly are integral members of their communities. To avoid burnout, one of my favorite things to do is play the drums. I've played the drums for more than 40 years, and even now, after all that time, there's very little that's more satisfying for me than, after a difficult day, to just come home and bang on the drums for a little while. It's a creative outlet, it's a physical outlet, and it's a great release. And it's been a big part of my life. I've been in bands really since I was in my early teens, never something big and professional, but always something where I had friends to hang out with, make music with together, and I continue to do that. I think my favorite food has to be poke. I was introduced to poke when I went to Hawaii about a decade ago. I'd never heard of it, and went on a trip with my wife and daughter there, and we ate poke almost nonstop while we were there. Now, living in Colorado, it's much harder to find good poke, but what I've noticed is that over this past decade that more and more restaurants, shops are introducing poke meals, poke bowls, and that's delightful to me because it's just something that in a perfect world, if I really could do it, I would eat poke for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My wife and I, on our honeymoon, went to a place called the Seychelles, which is a group of islands off the east coast of Africa. And it was truly paradise. Actually, interesting side note, it's where they filmed Castaway, the Tom Hanks movie. It was just a beautiful, amazing experience. I love the beach. I love the ocean. It's weird for somebody who grew up in Colorado, so I've sort of always been a landlocked kid. Maybe that's why I love the beach. But the Seychelles, that was an experience that I will never forget, and I hope to go back soon.